Hi guys, welcome to Small Farmer Life. Hope you're all having an awesome weekend. So you want to live on some cheap agricultural land. Well, there's ways and means to do it. If you want to live that way, there's nobody who can stop you, even though they might try. So, first of all, why am I making this video? Well, I did put up a post on the channel about 5 weeks ago, and I asked you guys who wants to start a smallholding, who wants to start a farm, who wants to start some other form of rural business, and who just basically wants to live on some cheap agricultural land without doing anything whatsoever. And well, the numbers are in. About 52% of you ticked the box that said smallholding, 17% said they want to start a farm, around about 4% said some other form of rural business. I was quite shocked it was that low, and around about 27% said they just want to live on some cheap land. Now, if you're not starting a farm or some other form of rural business, you'll never get the right to live on some agricultural land. You won't get the right to live in a temporary dwelling like a caravan for 3 years, and you certainly won't get the right after 3 years to build a rural workers dwelling in the countryside on some cheap agricultural land. So if you want to start a smallholding, which you couldn't prove a functional need to be there on a smallholding, even if you had lots of animals, so that doesn't matter. If you've got a smallholding, you can't prove a functional need to be there. It's not a business. You just want to live a bit of the good life. So if you want to start a smallholding or you want to live on some cheap agricultural land, well, you need to find land in the right place. Now, people live on cheap agricultural land all over the UK. Tens and tens of thousands of people do just that right now. They just do it in the right place. And when I mean the right place is not next door to a dog walking path or overlooked by a lot of homes. What I mean by the right place is out of sight, out of mind. So you need to find land in the right place. And the right place is down B roads, so country roads, and then down farm tracks or tracks that have been adopted by lots of different landowners. And well, nobody probably takes care of them because the majority of them have got more potholes in them than the moon. So you need to be out driving down these farm tracks. Now, some of these farm tracks go on for miles and miles and miles, because you need to understand that only 8% of the UK is tarmacked, concreted, built on housing estates, commercial estates, allotments, parks, all those sorts of things. So the majority of the UK is farmland, and that farmland is not accessed by tarmac roads. It's accessed by gravel tracks and that sort of thing. So you can drive down a track and you can go past lots of different farmhouses and also lots of places where people are living the lifestyle that you want to live, in things like stable blocks and barns and those sorts of things. Sometimes caravans, but the majority of people are living in stable blocks. And when you drive down these farm tracks, you'll see 6-foot gates, or you'll pass 6-foot gates and 6-foot fences. Why do you think there's 6-foot gates and 6-foot fences in the countryside? Because people are doing things behind those gates and those fences that they don't want other people to see. Now, people are doing this all over the English countryside, and councils know people are doing this. There's already a housing shortage in the UK, and it's not for lack of planning permission. Large housing development companies have planning permission to build hundreds of thousands of homes across the UK, but they don't build them because they want to keep the house price artificially high, so people can't afford these big modern houses that are built like crap anyway, and they build them on small parcels of land. But there's lots of people out there that want to own a house with large parcels of land attached to the house, so they want to live the smallholding lifestyle. So if they can't afford a house with acres of land attached to it, well, they're going to find some other ways and means to live that lifestyle. And if they're out of sight, out of mind, councils don't mind. And even if the councils get wind that some people are doing this, they might serve an enforcement notice on those people, but it doesn't mean to say they'll kick them out of the home, because if they've converted a stable block into a home, councils can't just evict them from that stable block, not like they can if you're living in a caravan. If you're living in a caravan on some cheap agricultural land, well, the councils can come along, kick you out of the caravan, and then get you to move the caravan off the land. If you don't move the caravan, they'll move it and they'll bill you for actual moving fees. So What you need to do is live in something like a stable block or some other building with a concrete foundation. If you do that, that's classed as your home, and councils can't evict you from that home. So they might serve you with an enforcement notice, but that's only because they don't want you to claim the right of lawfulness after 4 years and 1 day of living in the stable block or the barn, which would give you the right to build a home on the footprint of the barn or the stable block you've been living in. But it doesn't mean to say they'll kick you out of the stable block or the barn. If you're not causing any trouble in the local area, they'll just leave you be because it costs them money, and they've got better ways to spend that money than wasting it on evicting a family from a stable block. Like I say, if you're not causing any trouble in the local area, they've got no problem with it. If you're out of sight, you're out of mind. Now, there's other reasons why you want to be living in a stable block over a caravan. For one, you can make a stable block into a really cool home for probably the price of a good static caravan. And living in a static caravan can be a pain in the backside. But some people like caravans. Me personally, I think you should live in a stable block. And if you get away with living in a stable block or the barn for 4 years and 1 day, you can claim the right of lawfulness, and then the stable block becomes a home. Then you own a home with a couple of acres attached to it that you could sell on later on down the line for the full value. In this case, it's a 6 stable block, so it's got 6 stables in this block of stables. You can convert this into a 3-bedroomed home. This would be a 3-bedroomed home with nearly 3 acres of land. You could sell it for around about £700,000 if it was converted into a home. That's not a bad thing when you want to retire later on down the line, if you want to move off the land if you can't care for it anymore. So that's why I think you should live in a stable block or a barn or something like that. Anyway, guys, that's what you need to do if you're thinking about buying some cheap agricultural land to live on. If you're not starting a business or any other sort of farming operation, you need to get out there, drive down farm tracks, find the owners, or talk to people in the local areas for people who own land in that local area. If they want to sell any, if they don't want to sell any, do they know anyone else who's selling any? And leave your phone number with those people. Anyway, guys, my name's Craig. You've been watching The Small Farmer Life. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, and you should subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified of more upcoming videos, hit the bell button. Thanks again to all my patrons. Couldn't thank you guys enough. If you'd like to support the channel, links in the description below. You can do so for less than the price of a cup of coffee, or you can join in the community section and ask me any questions you want. And until next time, guys, make sure you take care of yourself. Most of all, take care of the family. Be genuine. Bye for now. See you.